Obviously, the mindset of achievement and purpose and growth has served you so well. But there's a part of you that sounds like, I would like more days like this. Where does that come from?
I love to be on task. I love to have something that I'm building and reaching to finish and do. I love the building of that. I've started a lot of the campfires in my life that I'm still building. And I have plenty to fill my 24-hour days. At the same time, I want to keep learning and be inspired by something new.
On the internet, richest 15 minutes of fame world that we live in, and we see it every day. But we all want to succeed, right? So the question that we got to ask ourselves is what success is to us, what success is to you.
If life was nothing but green lights and we didn't have yellows and reds, things that make us pause, hardships, crises, times for introspection, then what the hell would it all be for? We need the yellows and the reds. That's how we evolve. That's how hopefully there's some ascension to our being. That's how we give some credit to time and growing older. If we were the same person today that we were 20 years ago, then what the hell are we doing?
And to my hero, that's who I chase. Now, when I was 15 years old, I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, who's your hero? And I said, I don't know, I got to think about that. Give me a couple of weeks. I come back 2 weeks later. This person comes up and says, who's your hero? I said, I thought about it. You know who it is? I said, it's me in 10 years. So I turned 25 10 years later. That same person comes to me and goes, so are you a hero? And I was like, not even close. No. She said, why? I said, because my hero is me at 35. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero's always 10 years away. I'm never going to be my hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing.
Also with work ethic, hustle, hustle, hustle. Sleep was sin in my household. Sin. I saw my dad asleep one time in my life. I got up at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning and went through the kitchen and peeked and I saw him sleeping. I went and woke up my brother. I was like, dude, but dad's still asleep. If it was daylight, you couldn't be inside.
You know, pick up something that I didn't like. I just picked up tennis 4 years ago. I noticed, I said, you hadn't had a hobby for 25 years, McConaughey. You found your first hobby. I thought writing was a hobby. And I was like, no, that's actually not a hobby. You know, but to be open to finding a new hobby, to go somewhere and I don't know, where are we going? We're just going for a walk. Mm-hmm. To no destination in particular. Mm-hmm. You know, to lose track of time. Yeah. With success and with a busy life, and I got a full life, and I got a family, and I got a career. My hunch is that while that can fill my days completely, for my own evolution in art, just to make sure I can still have that beginner's mind where I can go daydream for nothing in particular. Go where your nose takes you.
What does don't half-ass it mean to you?
If you're gonna do it, do it. Say what you can do. Do what you say. If you can't do it, don't say you can do it. Don't over-leverage yourself. Don't over-leverage a decision and then jump in and kind of dip a toe. I think I'll try it out. No, think if you're going to try it out beforehand, but when it's time to go, dive. Finish it. Find out. Come out the other side. Don't leave it and go, ooh, if I just would. That keeps me up at night. I think it keeps a lot of us up at night. When you half-ass something and you just don't know whether you failed or succeeded, got what you want or didn't get what you want, finding out and looking in the mirror and going, I didn't half-ass it, I went all the way, I found out, and that ain't for me. Or I found out, and you damn right that is for me. That's a great place to get to. But the limbo of not knowing, if you half-ass something, the limbo of going, I hedged my bet.
What could have happened?
You don't know. Everybody who's achieved something great was some sort of outlaw.
Yep.
Some sort of hustler. Out of balance, out of whack, dark times. Whoa.
Airstream.
Still wakes up in the middle of the night and glad they're wearing a mouth guard because they'd have chipped all their teeth with that fucking nightmare they were having about those things they did back then. Okay. I'm one of those.
What about love?
We always knew we were loved. There's never a question that we were loved as loving each other, loving mom and dad, being loved by mom and dad, and mom would always keep on to make sure you're loving yourself. I remember breakups. heartbroken. She'd let us mourn. She was a great ear, very sensitive ear to that kind of to pains like that, broken hearts. But only for a day. After a day, she'd crank up the AC/DC, man, and go like, now, get up. You're worth it. Her loss. Come on, get out of bed. Come on. Quit moping. Lift your head up. Come on, buddy. We got this. Her loss. Give you the day. No more than that.
Well, another question would be, what virtue is there in balance if there was no such thing as imbalance to fight against?
Yeah.
Oh, I just reached equanimity.
Right.
You know, I walked out onto this tightrope. Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, I didn't wobble once.
Well, now we're going into, I got that thing in there. I said, what's better? Take eight big risks in life, sin once, miss the mark once, but get achieve seven out of 8, or take 100 risks and achieve 8 of them. My hunch is that if there's a God, he's saying, go for the 100 and get 8, rather than 8 and get 7. If you're not taking enough risk to sin or miss the mark, which is what sin means, to fail, then what are you doing? Don't come back with even money. Come back with the safe bets, which that can become a sort of recessive peace and namaste. It's almost I don't think it's what the mystics meant when they were like, be disattached. I think it meant go embrace, but for highs and lows and pains and pleasures, understand that those outward things are not the things to be attached to for your own identity. It's got to be inward first. Enjoy those, partake, but don't become attached to those for your measure.
Yeah, and so these little mindsets, I feel, it's what you said earlier. You change your language about midlife crisis to midlife opportunity. Yeah. That language shift is revolutionary for the mind.
It's wild, isn't it? The vernacular, the prescriptionist definition, or just a word. I've had the hardest time for 40 years dealing with the word humility. Come on, gotta be humble, Matthew. Gotta be humble. Gotta be more humble. My shoulders would start to cave. My head would start to go down. I became passive. I had the moment where it was my turn, and I didn't take the opportunity. I had a false sense of modesty. No, you go. Or it's that person that's at the in front of you at the stop sign that says, no, you can go. And now it's your turn to go. No, you can go. It's like, no, it's your turn to go. It's like, don't sit there and keep telling everything. That's a false modesty. It's like, they went, now you can go. Don't let them all go through or I'm going to start honking the horn. You know what I mean? Until I heard a definition that was humility is admitting you have more to learn. And as soon as I heard that, I went, oh, I'm in. I purchase. Now my chin's up, my heart's high, my shoulders are back, and I admit I've got a lot more to learn, but now I've got the confidence to move forward. And I didn't get that click. It was just a definition. Vulnerability is another word that kind of has a mingling definition that some people are hard to take it. Or, sentimentality. It's different between sentiment and sentimentality. And we all want to be humble, but nobody wants to be humiliated. Yeah. Well, aren't they of the same word? One little flick of a definition.
There's a fierce sense of independence. 30 minutes of TV a night, max. Mom would always say, why are you going to watch someone doing something when you can go out in the world and do it yourself? Turn that damn thing off, get outside. You had to be outside. Like, get out in the world, go hustle, figure it out, be home at dark. That was just the understood rule.
Be brave, take the hill, but first answer that question, what's my hill? So, me, how do I define success? For me, myself. Well, for me, it's a measurement of 5 things. We got fatherhood. We got being a good husband. We got my health, mind, body, and spirit. We got career, and we got friendships. These are what's important to me in my life right now. So I try to measure these 5 things each day. I check in with them. I like to see whether or not I'm in the debit section or the credit section with each one. Am I in the red or am I in the black? You follow? For instance, sometimes say my career's rolling. All right, it's way up here in the black, but I see how my relationship with my wife maybe could use a little bit more of my attention. I got to pick up the slack on being a better husband. Get that one out of the red. Or say my spiritual health could use some maintenance. It's down here, but hey, man, my friendships and my social life, they're in high gear, right? I got to recalibrate. Checks and balances. I got to go to church. Remember to say thank you more often, something. But I got to take the tally because I want to keep all 5 in healthy shape. And I know that if I don't take care of them, if I don't keep up maintenance on them, one of them is going to get weak, man. It's going to dip too deep into the debit section. It's going to go bankrupt. It's going to get sick, die even. So first, we have to define success for ourselves. And then we have to put in the work to maintain it. Take that daily tally. Tend our garden. Keep the things that are important to us in good shape. I mean, let's admit it. We've all got 2 wolves in us, a good one and a bad one. And they both want to eat. The best I can tell, we just got to feed that good one a little more than the other one.
I can't, I hate, and lying were 3 things that you got in trouble for. If I said I can't, my dad's teeth would just start to go, excuse me? You sure you're not just having trouble? I remember this one time I was going out to do my chores Saturday morning to mow the lawn, and I couldn't get the damn lawnmower to start. Checked everything, couldn't get it to start. I'm going inside, I said, Dad, can you help me out? I can't get the lawnmower started. And he turned around, I saw his molar, so and he got up, walked with me through the kitchen, through the garage, out the backyard, went to the lawnmower, messed around, pulled a couple things out, after about 10 minutes, boom, cranked it. And while the lawnmower was running right there, he came over to me and bent down and looked me in the eye and he goes, see, son, you were just having trouble. I said, I hate you to my brother because I heard the word at school and I thought it could make me feel like I was older. I thought it was like a teenage soap opera thing and I was only 9. So I threw it out there one day at my own birthday party. I said to her, I hate you. And my mom, whoop, stopped the entire party. 40 kids my age in the backyard. Stopped it. My birthday. Stopped it. Pulled me around the side of the house and he said, what did you say? You don't ever use that word, especially to someone in your family. Gave me licks on the side of the house. And then went around, she said, dry your tears, resume, birthday party's back on. Don't ever use that word, especially to someone in your family. So what did I learn from don't say can't? That if you're unable to do something, you can, even if you can't pull it off, you can go find help, which means you were just having trouble. What did I learn from getting a butt whooping for saying I hate you to my brother? Well, what I was learning is the antonyms to those words. Because saying I can't, lying, and saying I hate you were bringing me pain. So the opposite must bring pleasure, right? Tell the truth, love, and believe that you can. Those were the values, how I remember them getting instilled in me. And to this day, I still have them. Trying to transfer them to my kids as well in a different way than my parents did. But I still, not even intellectually have them. They're in my being now. But, you know, even biblically speaking, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Mm-hmm. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. That's the self. That seems to me purely selfish. I believe, seems to me that real religion is extremely selfish. Live in a way now, if we believe that you will, whether it's karma-wise in life or whether it's life after this life, that you will be rewarded later. Mm-hmm. That projection, that delayed gratification, sacrifices and consequences we make. Maybe it's one we make now to give our children a better life 2 decades from now. Isn't that isn't that more selfish than doing only for I at the sake of my neighbor or my loved one's future? Seems to me, that's, yeah. And maybe I'm using the wrong word, I'm told sometimes, but I'm sticking with it. Yeah. But you know, the certainty, I like to know, I want to be in the know. Yeah. I also want to damn well be in the know about what I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, the last 8 years, I've really come to love fall. I grew up, I was a summer guy. No shirt, no shoes, bright lights, extrovert, it's all good, everything. Don't bitch about no shoes, because somebody out there with no feet. I've come to like fall because I think I'm interested in so many things that my hunch is to not take on more campfires, but to keep putting logs on the fires that I've built. And to do that, the clouds that come with fall just nip ambition in the bud just a little bit. They put a little bit of a roof. I'm not as big of a fan of the 30-foot vault ceiling right now. I like that 10-footer, that 8-footer. I feel ambitious looking laterally instead of, the four-dimensionally. I'm looking for the dreams and the poems and the prayers to become the reality.
Because so it's both. It's like our work is insignificant,
Right.
but it's significant.
And that goes back to that that we can get paralyzed. You know, the think globally, act locally is another term.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes,
We can
yes.
get paralyzed with thinking, but I can't. It's too much to insurmount.
Yeah.
No, just do one in a row.
Yeah, one at a time, one step.
Just one at a time.
Yeah.
And the sun sets and you had to be home by dark, and there's still some fishes flipping. Well, get on home, and you didn't get them all, but you got them. You were in the asset section. Sometimes that, I think, is how I deal with maybe letting myself off, trying to figure out a proper balance of forgiveness and saying, no, the buck stops here.
Mm.
You know, something that I'm like, man, I don't feel like this is magic, or this is absolutely beautiful, or this is absolutely true. I'll go, okay, not everything in life's gonna be that. But are we in the asset section? Are we in the black, so to speak? Is the thing you're doing on a proton and not an electron? Is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Does it not harm? You know, sometimes, I do this in work. Every single scene, it's like you're trying to hit a grand slam. Matthew, sometimes you need a single. Sometimes you need to take a ball that was not in the strike zone. Sometimes you need to lay down a bunt. Sometimes you need to, and I was like, oh, that's right. Not everything's a grand slam. It's not every single thing matters. If we think, it's like, if we think every single thing is significant and everything matters, nothing will have significance.
Yeah.
We'll be paralyzed by minutia and details and stats. Mm-hmm. There will be no baseline to any of it. There will be no song. It'll all be notes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the idea of significance evaporates if everything was significant.
Yeah.
There would be nothing that stands out.
Gotta have a negative space.
Or special, yeah. It wouldn't hold. The idea wouldn't hold anymore.
Yeah.
When I asked you the question about validation, the first person that came to your, at least what you said out loud, was your wife, who's here too. And I was wondering, what do you feel is the biggest mistake we make about love?
Biggest mistake we make about love. Ooh, groovy question. Thank you. And she's back there probably listening right now going, I can't wait to hear this answer. I think one of the biggest mistakes that I know I could make is taking it for granted. Again, it's on the same topic we've been on. You vow to love each other, and say a marriage, for instance, and it's through sickness and health until the death, and I love you, my love's not in question. It doesn't mean it doesn't take maintenance. To take it for granted that, we're fine. I'll take it for granted that, we got the kids, the family, it's all great. To take that for granted sometimes and not do the maintenance, which shouldn't feel like work, but it's conscious. It can take work. It can be a thought and a choice you make to go, that little thing.
Continue to ask yourself that question. Now, your answer may change over time, and that's fine. But do yourself this favor. Whatever your answer is, don't choose anything that will jeopardize your soul. Prioritize who you are, who you want to be, and don't spend time with anything that antagonizes your character.
Called him at 7:36 p.m. I remember the number. Hey, Pop. Hey, what's up, monkey man? So listen, can I talk to you about something? Sure. I said, Dad, I don't want to go to law school anymore. I want to go to film school. And I'm like, a little bead of sweat starts to go down the back of my neck. I'm like, here it comes. You want to what? I thought he was going to go into all this stuff about, like, my ass. You think I'm paying for that? You know, that can be a hobby, but you know, that's not a drill job. I thought all this was coming. And after about a 5-second pause, he goes, I hear this. Are you sure that's what you want to do? Yes, sir. Another long pause. Then I hear, well, don't half-ass it. Part of what I believe happened to him and why he said that to me that way on that call was the way that I asked him, how I wasn't really asking, was I? I don't want to go to law school, Dad. I want to go to film school. I didn't stutter. He heard his son saying, this is what I want to do. And what I think happened to him in that moment is what I think any father, any parent loves, is you raise your kids in a certain way and you give them a guideline, a ladder to climb, and here's the guidelines. And if you do it this way, you're most likely gonna have some success in life and it'll work out for you. And then when we do it that way, we can be proud parents. But what do we really want to happen when our kids are out of the house and they're on their own? We kind of want them to call one day and go, I'm breaking out. I'm going my own way. I'm going my own way. And as a parent, we go, as much as it may scare us, we're going, yes. I gave my kid the confidence and the courage and the foundation to say they're gonna go their own way. And in a way, I think every parent honors and loves that moment. And I heard my dad, when he didn't hear me stutter, when he heard me directly say what I said, and I wasn't really asking him, even though I was, out of respect, asking him. The way I said it, I wasn't asking him. And I think he felt that. And don't half-ass it.
Don't half-ass it. As a philosophy for life, how important has that proven to be since then? Because you've remembered it, and I've heard you reference it as being important.
Look, it's become quite, and again, it's become more than intellectually important or more than something. I don't need to put it on my fridge to remind me. It has become important in relationships. It has become important in work. It has become important in self-help. It has become important for my own spirituality. It's become important for me as a father, as a husband. Relationship-wise, don't half-ass it. What that's turned into me is another sort of theory I have, and I call it own, don't rent. Going with an owner's mindset into relationships. Most relationships that we make, hire an assistant or girlfriend, boyfriend, most of them don't last the whole life. But I believe that if you go into those with the idea that I want it to be a lifer, if this works out, hopefully this is forever. Usually they don't end up being that. But the owner's mentality will give you you and that person the dignity and the power to go, we can be everything we can be in this relationship. And if it doesn't work out, we say it didn't work out. But if I'm going into the renter's mentality, I'll flip it. Yeah, I'll do this for a few weeks. Yeah, I'll hire this. I don't know if this kid's gonna make it. Well, maybe a couple months. You're not gonna get the most out of that person.
Well, it was like you in Australia. You went in committed to owning that full experience and not leaving. And there's something really people tell me all the time, especially married people, because I ask them, I say, why do people get married? Why don't you just, why do you need the contract? And they talk to me about how going in with commitment itself changes how you deal with the inevitability of the messiness that you saw in your parents' relationships and challenge itself. Like challenge, as you saw in Australia, but also in your parents' marriage, is like inbuilt into all things meaningful.